Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 117th running of the National Western Stock Show and tonight's event in the Stadium Arena, the Grand Champion Drive of the Market Swine Show. Before we get started, we'd like to introduce some people that make it all possible that you don't see very often. First, John Ellis, Vice President of Sponsorship. Right over there. Thanks, John. Next to him is Jen Boca, Director of Livestock Operations. On the other side, Alyssa DePorter, Assistant Director of Livestock Operations. Sarah Vicklin, is Sarah here, Livestock Concierge? Okay. And then superintendents of today's show, Morgan Weinrich, Cade Hummel, Kip Johnson, Jennifer Martin, and Mark Trostel. Also like to introduce Clint Chinsey, Vice President of Operations. Him and his crew got these panels over here so we could get this done tonight in a very quick order. Thank you very much, Clint. Now the sale committee. Bruce Wagner, who's the chairman. Bob Haycoop, vice chairman. Brett Fox, Dave Hartle, Blake Hutchison, Joseph O'Day, and Don Thorne. Did I miss anybody? Okay, board members. We got two board members here this evening, Brooke Fox, Guy McIndeffer. I also want to introduce our rules folks, Ron Cunningham, Mark Arndt. They work in the barn. And also I'd like to introduce Bo Sanders. I don't know where Bo went. I saw him. He's with WW. He's the one that brings the scales, does all the weighing for all the shows. Thank you very much, Bo. I appreciate that for all you do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now to the festivities. Before we get started with the animals, we want to introduce the winners of Showmanship from yesterday's competition. We're going to start with the juniors and the reserve. Reserve Junior Showman Santos Olivares from Casa, Arizona. Reserve Champion Intermediate Ellie Stevens from Eaton, Colorado. And Reserve Champion Senior Ridge Kaiser from Eaton, Colorado. Now for the champions. Champion Junior Brigham Bunt from Ringwood, Oklahoma. Wow, he brought a fan club. Intermediate Champion K.V. Craig from Adair, Oklahoma. That's Coy. Sorry, I can't read the writing. I remember him from the show. That's Coy Craig, sorry. And senior showman Anna Frank Covington, Oklahoma. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your Grand Champion Drive, we will start with the reserves, parade all the reserves, bring them back, and then we'll parade the champions, and then I'll turn it over to our judge. Reserve Champion Berkshire, Jack Davis, Franktown, Colorado. Reserve Champion Chester, Dallas Martinez from Center, Texas. Reserve Champion Duroc, Sammy Cole from Merced, California. Reserve champion Hampshire, Mackenzie Consul from Center, Colorado. Reserve champion Landrace, Miller Beam from Bartlett, Texas. Reserve champion Poland, Gatson Jervis from Blanchard, Oklahoma. Reserve champion spot, Riley McDaniel from Era, Texas. Reserve champion Yorkshire, Mason Albus from Morton, Texas. Reserve champion OPB, Drew White, Sheridan, Missouri. Sheridan, Missouri. Sorry, Drew. And your reserve champion crossbred, Carson Fetzer from Kersey, Colorado. And now for the champions. Champion Berkshire, Blakely Burns from Canyon, Texas. Champion Chester, Macy Jacobson from Osceola, Iowa. Champion Duroc, Rylan Kimball from Montrose, Colorado. Champion Hampshire, Max Heimer from Talon, Missouri. Champion Landrace, Kane Mason Cooper from Stanton, Texas. Champion Poland, Briley Byers from Abernathy, Texas. Champion Spot, Hattie Tyson from Kenyon, Texas. Champion Yorkshire, Gavin Sinclair from Danville, Indiana. Champion OPB, Harper Heimer from Taylor, Missouri. And your champion crossbred, Selah Salmons from Weatherford, Texas. At this time, I'd like to reintroduce our judge from today. He had a big job, did an amazing job. Troy Sloan from Cameron, Missouri, is a graduate of Iowa State University and went to junior college at Fort Scott Community College. While attending Iowa State, Sloan was a member of the 2012 livestock judging team. After graduation, Troy returned back to Northwest Missouri and has managed the swine portion of Team Sloan Livestock for the last 9 years. The program consists of 125 sows that focuses on raising competitive purebred and crossbred show pigs. Sloan is also an advocate for Linder show feeds, enjoys the Kansas City Chiefs football, and spending time with his girlfriend, AC. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Troy Sloan, that judged all day today. Thank you very much for all you did, Troy, for all your hard work. Thank you for what you're going to do this evening.
Well, if you kids just want to let these bears rest just a minute, we'll give a few kind words here and try to provide some advice and give credit where credit's due, and ultimately not try to mess this up because this is a very, very large crowd. I don't know if you guys are that excited about the pigs or the snowstorm maybe stopped you from traveling home or what it may be, but what an awesome event, what an awesome venue, and what an absolutely incredible opportunity for me, but more importantly for these kids out here and the kids back in the back of the ring. An awesome, awesome event. If you don't look around and this sends chills up your back, you probably need to go do something else. I think as an industry, we understand what it takes to get to this point. Some of us, not all of us, have been fortunate to be in this particular situation. But this is what kids strive to look for when they buy their Denver Bears. They think of the green carpet. They think of this. Awesome, awesome, awesome opportunity. There is no other stage in any stock show, and I don't care where you go. Texas, Georgia, Missouri, Indiana, it does not matter. This tops them all in terms of the setting, in terms of the stage, in terms of the experiences that kids are going to have and everybody ringside is going to have. What an awesome, awesome venue. Let's make some noise for this deal. Again, I'll try to keep it brief, and I know I said that all day long, and the show probably lasted longer than it should, but good livestock and good people get me excited. This is something I'm very passionate about, and when I'm passionate about something and like something, I like to talk about it, and I promise you that is the truth because I'm not a big talker if we're talking about something else, but when it comes to good livestock and good young people and families and this industry, it gets me fired up. So first and foremost, start all speeches like this. I'd like to thank the crew back at home because again, it sounds like a broken record for every show I judge. I don't really come up with anything new. They do it because they understand the importance of staying home. They understand what it takes to raise livestock, and I've been very, very blessed with a great family and a great support group back at home, back at the farm in Missouri that are willing to make sacrifices, stay home, and ultimately, provide an opportunity for me to come to these places. Yet we still get to raise livestock while I'm doing it because we got an awesome crew at home. I tell people every time, and I truly mean it, I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. I trust my crew with livestock at home more than I would trust anybody, and I can leave and don't even worry about it announced, and I truly mean that. I have not looked at my phone in terms of worrying about what's going on at home since the time that me and AC flew out. I know they have it under control, and I am truly, truly grateful for that. So thanks to those guys. I don't know if they're watching or they might be busy, but want to give credit where credit's due. Secondly, I think the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things, if you will, that we need to get across here tonight, and again, I'm not big on speeches, and I'm not here to try to persuade anybody to make any different kind of decisions, but what a crew that the National Western has here. It all starts right down here with these guys and gals sitting in these chairs. We go back there to volunteers and announcers. We go to people working behind the scenes in terms of doing entries, sponsorships. I know I'm missing a ton of people. I can't even imagine in terms of interns and volunteers, support groups, the amount of people, the amount of sacrifices, the amount of financial support that it takes to run the National Western. It has to be absolutely astronomical and absolutely incredible when you stop to think about it. And I know maybe there for a few years they caught a few bad vibes because, maybe they didn't have the show. And I always think it's funny when people bring that up because there wasn't many people that had a show. I think we forget that. Sometimes their hands are tied behind their back, and it is what it is. I think they've come back bigger. I think they've come back stronger. They're building new facilities. They are excited about stock shows. They're excited to have you here. And if you don't like it, you don't have to come because there's a draw, and everybody knows that, and there is a senior girl or a senior boy somewhere that would trade you places in a heartbeat right now. I guarantee you. This show's been awesome. It all starts with these people right here. It's an incredible, incredible crew. I think we owe it to them to thank them right now for this pig show. Again, the quality's been awesome, and we're going to recognize, obviously, the champions and reserves today, but don't want to go without recognizing all the kids and all the families and all the breeders and feeders. This is something that I do on a daily basis. We don't do anything else at home. We do livestock, and that doesn't make us any better than the next person, but I understand what it takes to get one to a show. I talked about it a little bit earlier. Just getting one to the show anymore is an accomplishment. Whether you win or lose, this thing is really, really tough. It's hard to raise them. It's hard to breed them. It's hard to farrow them. It's hard to get them to a show. It's really, really hard to get them to a backdrop. I think we had an awesome set of kids that come through the ring today, whether they were first or dead last or got the gate or whatever it may be. They were sincere about their thank yous, and I truly think they meant it. Every kid wants to be out here. I wish we could get every kid out here, and if you weren't out here, I hope you go home and absolutely work your tail off, because I can promise you these kids out here and anybody that's been successful within this industry have lost way, way, way more pig shows than they've ever won. I can promise you it's no different than sports. You're going to get knocked down a lot, and you got to get back up. If you're one of them kids that showed today, this is what you work for right here, okay? Find people that'll help you. Surround yourself with good people. This industry is absolutely full of good people that are willing to help young people get you to this here. Whether it's a breeder or a feeder, or a 4-H leader, a show mom, a show dad, whatever it may be, find yourself the right people, work your tail off, and try to get back out here on this green carpet. For those of you that are out here, don't take this for granted. There's nothing that says, A, you'll ever get back here, or B, there'll ever be another National Western. Who knows? The future is always questionable, so don't take this for granted. Whether you've got the Tamworth or the Burke or the Spot or the Cross, whatever it may be, being out here is something. Don't take it for granted. I think always the thing that's interesting, about livestock judging or livestock showing, is, when we win, we're supposed to be real quiet about it and not make any noise and all that, and that's great. It's great to be a good sportsman. I truly, truly mean that, but at the same time, celebrate it. Talk about it. Go out tonight and have a good time and celebrate it, because you don't know when you'll be back here, if ever. Experience, have a great experience with the sale and so on and so forth, because the National Western will provide an awesome opportunity for you. So with that being said, kids that lost, kids that won, everything in between, let's give them all just a big round of applause, please. Again, the shows have been awesome, and I'm not going to provide any big-time, advice for you young kids, because most of you probably are going to be more successful than I ever will be, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I will tell you, for everybody around ringside and every kid, it does not matter where you come from. I can promise you there's kids out here that come from nothing. There's kids out here that come from a lot of things. If you surround yourself with the right people, and you set goals and you work your tail off doing it every single day, you'll get to look back at some of those people that were making fun of you, whether you lost or won, and just grin at them. It's a great experience, trust me. It's absolutely awesome to be successful, but the road getting there is what truly matters. Never stop dreaming. Surround yourself with the right people and work your tail off every day. All right, this show's been awesome. One more round of applause. These things are good, and I talked to a couple guys on the way over, and they said, man, those purebreds are going to come out there, and they'll look good. And I thought, yeah, they were good early, but, we'll see what they come. I don't know who was in charge of getting these things ready over the last few hours, but my compliments to you. These things are fresh, they're swelled up, they look incredible, their feet and legs are still right. I don't know if it's the lighting, the carpet, or what it is, but this is an awesome set of purebreds. And then the crossbred comes in, and he certainly fits in the mix incredibly well. A very, very good pig show, and I truly mean that. And I'll be lying if I said it was an easy path to get here. There were some rocky roads. There was some speed bumps. There was some classes that I wanted to phone a friend and say, what the heck am I going to do here? It's not easy sorting these things. I said it 1,000 times. It is way, way easier on the outside of the fence than it is the inside. And if you've never done one, buy yourself a set of khakis and do it, because it ain't easy, I promise. These come out here, and I would argue with a lot of people if you don't like these, because these are well presented, they're driven well, they're fresh. They combine so many unique pieces that are hard to make, regardless of breed, regardless of species, regardless of what kind of livestock we're talking. We'll take one more look, It's truly been a blessing to be here. I truly mean that, and it's not about me, but it was on my bucket list, and I can scratch that off. And the quality is just absolutely surpassed anything I could ever ask for. Great show, great venue, great kids, great hogs. Let's have one more round of applause, please, and I'll pick a champion.
Your grand champion market hog for 2023 is Selah Salmons from Weatherford, Texas. Reserve Crossbred will enter the show for the placing of the reserve champion.
Not very good with the microphone. Usually I apologize there. Broke it a couple times today. But, man, we dropped that reserve crossbred in, and I think he just fits in the mix. And I know we're not going to sit back and go back and talk all these, but if you can't appreciate the quality that we have left out here for reserve, again, I think you probably need to do something else. It's incredibly hard to put these together. The breeders, the feeders, and the families have done just an absolute exceptional job. I'll be honest, this deal gets very, very tight, in my opinion, and I'd be lying if I said I thought it was going to when I came over here. And it's always a new show when they come back out. Don't get me wrong. It's never decided before they come back out here. There's a pair of them that just represent so many things that I like to do. Man, I think they're square. I think they're good in terms of their feature. I think they're so good in terms of their build and their comfort level and their athleticism. Man, I think there's a pair of them that it's so darn close. And I understand the importance and the decision that this has, because there is a big difference between reserve and there is a big difference between third overall. Both of them very, very good, but at the same time, there's one of them that's just a bit better in terms of honors. When push comes to shove, I think there's one that's just laid back in his shoulder just a bit better and offers a shot more freshness just when you step off to the side of him, and a very, very unique kind of look from the side. So again, one of the toughest decisions that I've ever had to make judging a pig show. And I understand the importance of it. Again, thank you guys for having me. It's been an absolute blast. God bless. I hope everybody makes it home safe. I understand the road conditions are bad and the flight situation isn't good. So everybody be careful. Again, thank you for having me. Incredible set of pigs, incredible pigs. I'll go get us a reserve.
Your reserve champion Market Hog for 2023 goes to Carson Fetzer from Kersey, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Be careful. Have a safe night. Market Steer Show starts 9 o'clock tomorrow morning right here in this arena. Premier exhibitors, and everybody that qualified for sale. Don't forget, you have a meeting in the arena that you showed in today. You don't need your animals, just you.